G'day folks, welcome back. It is 2019 and you are listening to Wobbly Player Syndrome, a 40k podcast by some idiot Australians who just want to rant and rave about stuff. Welcome back. Hey guys, how are we going?
Hi.
So,
Yeah,
pretty
awesome.
good.
I should say, welcome back, Mark, as he takes a drink. Yes.
So we're back on form. Yes.
Welcome
Hi,
back.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. Welcome back, Michael. The beard is back.
Hey, it's actually a bit shorter because I trimmed it because it was getting too grey because it was too long.
Gandalf. And we've got Liam's back. Welcome back.
Hi. Hello.
Look at that big hand. That's exciting, isn't it? And I'm Greg. If you didn't realise that, then you should probably listen to the other podcasts as well. Guys, it's 2019. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
I
Well,
suppose.
I mean, allegedly there'll be Sisters of Battle, so I guess
Allegedly.
2019's okay.
Yeah. Nice
Yeah.
to
I guess it depends on how much you like Sisters of Battle, I guess. So.
I've got a bunch.
Well, yeah. I guess that counts.
Yeah. Got, no.
Because they're not cheap.
The medals.
No, they're
Yeah.
not cheap.
Nah. No, so how was Christmas, guys?
Yeah,
Excellent.
Could have
Pretty chill.
gotten
Pretty
some
good.
more models, but, you know, what can you do?
We all need new models, some blonde ones, redheads.
Yeah.
No, that sort of models. Anyone go away?
No.
Just visited the folks. That's about it.
Yeah, popped up
Sorry.
to Sydney and that, but yeah.
No. Fair enough. I went to Jamboree. That was exciting. Water slides.
Well, you control the action. Did you
I
control the
controlled
action?
It, or did I ever? I throttled it right around its little...
Why are you little?
Until the mother came over and said, "That's my son." That's...
Oh.
He's trying to
People-
jump the queue. What are you meant to do?
we-
You gotta teach him.
People
We
OS
don't
won't know what
advocate.
Jamboree
We
is.
don't advocate child abuse. Just for the lawyers out there.
Yeah.
Just for anyone out there, not just the
Anyone.
lawyers.
Player Syndrome does not accept responsibility if anyone follows our advice, good or bad.
Thank you. His voiceover.
Uncle Greg may or may not be an actual uncle.
I bought a van.
Oh man.
Back on form. Yes. Oh dear, it's going to be trouble, isn't it? But we like trouble, don't we? That's why we're here. To cause trouble.
I suppose.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. So it is a new year. We've got a couple of things changed this year with our podcasts. We'll probably flesh it out a bit more as we go along. So anyone who's been listening to the first 10 episodes, well done to you. We'll change it up a bit, but we also will take some feedback. What you'd like to hear, see, or what would you like not to see? Not looking at you, Mark. And we'll go from there. But we've got some regulars, such as we always start off with new releases. And this is where Michael starts puffing out the chest, goes, "Ooh, it's my chance! It's my chance!"
What? Yes. No, well, we've had a couple of things that have come out. Most importantly, probably, is Vigilus Defiant.
Yay!
My copy hasn't showed up yet. Don't know if all you guys have had yours show up or not.
I haven't ordered one.
Yeah,
Nah.
I've been slack there, sorry. I'm asking everyone else if they got their copy.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks kind of cool. It's got all kinds of nifty stuff in there. From the sound of things, we're probably going to run a campaign of that this year.
Yes, looking for volunteers to run it. Look at all those hands went up.
Crickets, crickets,
Yeah.
I
crickets.
don't even own the book.
Other stuff we had Urban Conquest just came out, which
It's the city
I'm
fight,
a little
isn't it?
split on. Yeah, it's like the city fight and all that stuff. Like, I mean, it looks kind of cool. I like the little terrain there, although I look at that and I'm like, that's kind of worthless in 8th edition, so what's the deal with that? Because scatter terrain doesn't do anything anymore. But, you know, it's got a bunch of rules and a bunch of stuff, so I've ordered that anyway to see what it's like.
Bunch of rules and stuff, there's always a winner.
Who doesn't love rules and stuff?
Yeah.
Stuff's good.
I love stuff. and I love rules. And then there was heaps, so many goblins, such goblins, so many
Goblins all over the
Gloomspite
place.
kits, like some really cool looking goblins. And Wrath and Rapture came out not that long ago, which is pretty cool. I mean, who doesn't love good new Slaanesh models?
You put an order in for that too, didn't you?
Yes, I actually only recently put that in because I didn't want it to show up while I was away over Christmas.
Fair enough.
So it also hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, it's fun when things arrive and you're not home and you then go, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to risk having like a whole pile of models show up while I'm away for a week
Well, there's been a
because
few
they'll just.
stuff over this way of town stolen from doorsteps and stuff. And I had a delivery
Yeah.
arrive when we weren't here, and I've gone, it's not here, it's not here. We've started ringing up and abusing the post office, and all they said, put in a safe place. No, what are you talking about? No, it's not here. Then I went, hang on, we've got this really old letterbox sitting next to the door. Let me just have a look inside there. Oh, yep, there it was. I went,
It's a
they're
very
right.
safe
It was a
place.
It's safe, so safe you couldn't
So there's
find
a
it.
lot more emails. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to abuse you.
Won't do it anymore.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
What else has come out? Like they changed the White Dwarf. I got the new one, but I haven't read it yet.
When
They
did
changed the
when
White
did
Dwarf?
Blackstone drop?
Blackstone Fortress.
It dropped at some point. I can't remember if it was.
I can't
If it
remember
was
if it was.
between the two
Folk,
podcasts.
is our new release guy.
Yeah, totes, bro. Well, it's because things come out, and you're like, did that come out before the last podcast or since the last podcast?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, am I just remembering old stuff? Like I felt like mentioning Necromunda just as a gag.
I'm pretty sure I went on a ramble about Blackstone Fortress last time.
Mm.
It's basically 40k Silver Tower. It's pretty cool. I'm digging it. And according to the community site, we're going to get a bunch of expansions and ambles and cool shit. So
yeah, that's it. The new
I'm
release of the Ambles.
we're going to play a bunch of that this year.
Yes, the Ambles and the Ambots. I saw those.
Yes. Oh, the ambots. They're plastic.
Yeah,
They're specialist games plastics. Like they were
as
coming
in
out
not
through
resin,
the world.
is what
So
you're
my
saying.
brain assumed they'd be resin, but no, plastic. And a box of 2. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
But so many trolls and squig riders, and some of the new troll stuff looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, has there anything else new that's come out? I think that's kind of it, other than books and shite.
Yeah, books and such.
Yeah, books.
Books.
The new
I mean,
Calgar.
there's stuff
New
that they've been
Calgar?
teasing that hasn't
The
quite
new
come out yet.
Calgar,
I guess
I think.
Calgar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who really likes
Nobody
Calgar?
really cares
I
about
mean,
Calgar.
I was thinking of buying the new
Quite
Calgar because I need to update mine
So
from
you
like
should.
1998 vintage.
Yeah, you
So-
should get it.
But I don't want to paint him. that's the biggest problem.
But the lore on him is just bullshit.
Yes.
I haven't read the lore on it. Other
Well,
than the
it's
Jack White.
it's
He
not
got
as bad
fucked
as
up.
it could have been. It's not as bad as it could have been.
It could always
Yeah.
be worse.
But I am seeing that as the whole writing on the wall for conventional Marines going away.
I reckon we've still got several editions before that's
Well,
actually a thing.
they will hurt
Like
a lot of
West
people.
Coast.
When they bring out the rumoured Primaris Codex, that's when you'll start going, okay, see you later. But there's no way I'd invest in buying new Marines at this point, unless it's Primaris. And definitely not Ultramarines.
No one likes old.
It's funny you mention that because that's what I'm doing.
I got a box of scouts
yeah,
I
like,
bought
I've
on a
been
whim,
planning-
which they're going to sit there if you want a box of scouts.
I've been planning to buy more Devastators and Assault Marines, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't have that new kit that they have, and I want to get some of those.
Yeah, they're nice.
But I'm a goof,
That's fine. You can just convert them to cows.
There's something to be said. There's something to be said for the old Devastator squad, though. I mean, it still has a lot of utility in the game.
It does.
Yeah, I think when they bring a transport out for the Primaris, that's another big sign. It's a
Yeah,
sign,
when they actually
alright.
have it's an actual transport. Like, freaking the Supergrav tank is not that. It's too expensive to be considered a proper transport. It's a fucking battle tank that can transport shit.
It's also ugly. Come on.
The other problem is the transport mechanics are really broken with 8th. I feel like you definitely need to be able to move and disembark. Like this whole only disembarking at the start of your move is just rubbish, because by the time you've moved, and then your next movement phase comes around, they've toasted your transport, and you're taking guys off the board.
That's where you use that trick where you have your transport, your Rhino with the combi plasma guns on it. You charge it up and then you fire and hope to roll ones and blow up your tank, and so everyone gets out. They move 3 inches away from the tank. Then they have their normal movement and charge, and they're done.
Yeah, but you got to remember that you've got to avoid the explodes.
Yeah, so you got 10. You're going to roll 10 ones? Well, I know Isabel would.
You
Have you met me?
Yeah. Have you seen my dice rolls? There's a reason I got a wooden spoon.
Well, yeah, the spoons, yes. Alright, so has anyone done any hobby progress over the Christmas period?
I intended to, but temperature, no air conditioning really, really makes it hard to paint anything.
You're going to have to talk to the makeup girl. You're a bit shiny in the forehead there, mate.
Damn, you should look at mine. I've just been tidying up. I've been tidying up my hobby.
Yeah.
It's the glisten of glory.
That's what happens when he starts talking about ultramarines and
Yeah. It's an exciting topic.
the blue shoulder pads, gold trims.
Sexy.
They're only Primark doing his job.
Yeah, so you've tidied
My
up
Primark's
your
still
hobby
hungover.
progress area before we go down a really dark hole.
Yeah.
You got the
Hopefully
new
now
desk
that
set
I've
up.
got
That's what you've been
new
showing.
desk. Yeah, new desk. A new painting desk behind me, so everything's in one room now, so I can hopefully get stuck into some more hobby rather than having to wander into another room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's,
should be good.
What's on the list? What is okay? So Michael, you don't need
Oh,
hobbies?
target for 20. Yeah, hobby pro.
My hobby, I've pretty much been building Blackstone Fortress stuff and not a lot else. And going backwards because my children knocked all of my resin lightnings off the shelf, so they've shattered. So I need to fix those.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you still have kids after that.
Should show a photo. Did you take photos of that?
No.
Oh, man,
They're
that would have been
sitting on
great.
Yeah.
There's, all the pieces have come off. I need to put them back together.
And that's how you kill a knight.
Oh, no, man. Freaking my son, I had the box of knights after the big battle. I just left it in the lounge room. My 5-year-old knocked the box over. So I spent like 2 days rebuilding resin knights. That was fun.
Oh, dear. Yeah. I challenge your definition of fun, but yeah, good for you.
You should just fix them with brown sticky tape.
They look good.
Because that's
Hey, Jack Chicken,
that's
how you
what
going,
the
mate?
Omnissiah would want.
Duct tape.
It's the
So,
second
yeah.
strongest material known to man. I mean,
Second.
I've also
your
done
first
no
is
painting
double duct
because
no,
Because it-
first is cardboardium.
tape. Cardboardium. So I couldn't
so
shoot.
yeah, it's been too hot to spray, so I haven't done any undercoatings. I haven't done much painting.
Yeah, I can say I have only just unpacked from the Battle of Ages about 3 days ago. That's been the extent of me hobbying. Yeah,
I wouldn't have unpacked, but it got unpacked.
it got unpacked. So it is New Year. What's the plan though? Where's the hobby going from here? Which will lead into what we're going to talk about in the topic today as well.
So if we get a break from 40-degree temperatures,
Not this week.
Not this week.
I may get some get that Devastator squad that I've spent the last 2 and a bit years painting finished.
Well, you can't rush it. It took you 12 months to finish one, didn't it?
The first model looks very different to the last model because I've but I'm actually really more G'd up for slow grow and putting the Ultramarines aside for a bit and getting me some NIDs.
What are you going to buy?
I'm going to buy NIDs.
Holy smokes.
Good old NIDs.
Because I can stick them to like a piece of cardboard and spray them in all one big hit, and then like dunk them in stuff, and then they're painted.
Well, you look at Anthony's Tyranids, and yeah, that's pretty much what he did. Maybe not with cardboard; he might use duct tape, but it was a very quick paint job. So you can do them very quickly, or you can get yourself really detailed and drive yourself nuts. But Tyranids.
Going to do the dip and flip, mate.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do something similar because I've got Wrath and Rapture on the way, so possibly going to shift back into the demons, build a pile more demons, and depending on the Genestealer cultists with all those new models may distract me though.
They look so good.
They do.
They do.
I just don't have a lot of interest in Genestealer cults because I don't need another swarm infantry
I've
army.
got a pile of them already, so
Yeah.
they might pull me back in.
Yeah, see, I just can't get behind them because they still get eaten in the end. So why wouldn't you just go full NIDs?
Well, I've got both. Like I started Genestealer cult, and then I started a NID army because I wanted some super heavies for my Genestealer cult.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sorry, words. It's lucky I don't have to speak real good on a podcast.
We'll learn you to talk English gooder.
Hi. Liam, you're going to take on something new this year?
That's a good question. Suppose I've got some choices to make. I've got some Necrons, which are still brand new in their boxes. I've built some of them.
Yep.
Yeah, so they could be counted as new towards a slow grow, but I really didn't want to start something new. I've got heaps of Imperial Guards still to build, and I ordered more.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I ordered a bunch more Vostrons during the Christmas special, only 1 week.
Yep.
Vostrons.
Yeah, but who did order more
Vostroyans? I don't know.
I did.
People who don't need Vostroyans.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
I'm happy.
Everyone needs Have you seen them? Everyone needs Vostroyans.
Yeah.
They
So
did
I ordered a
about
bunch more of
Holland,
those. I've got my Black Templar army has been on the back burner for like 5 years, so I don't know if I should finally get around to fixing that up. I've got stupid amounts of bolt action, but that's not Warhammer. But
How dare you
it's
say
a bolt
another
action.
game?
I do believe that is heresy, good sir.
And my
I've got
first Legion of Heresy.
Lots of Russian bolt action. I don't even know if I'll use that. I might have to just move it on because it's been sitting there for 3 years.
They sound like
rush these
Vostroyans.
You can't rush those things. 3 years, that's nothing compared to Mark's painting.
It's like 300. It's like 300 models or something stupid. I went a bit
That's
overboard.
a lot of Russian.
Well, if you're doing one model every 2 years, then you'll get there eventually.
Class number 4,600. What hobby progress have you done?
I was going to do Demons of Tzenic, but I sold those today, so
Yeah,
I
I
moved
saw
them
that.
on.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I decided against that. But yeah, got to decide if I do Necrons. If we are going to do Slugger, I don't know if we are. If we are, then I might keep them and just use them.
I think we
Yeah, I
still
mean,
will
you can
be.
also just you can probably just slow grow, something you already have, and just for the purposes of that, not use the pre-bought models.
Yeah. Because a few people.
Because then
ask
you just
that.
add to something you already have.
Yeah, because I know that Rob's thinking the same thing because he still wants to expand his AdMech. It's still fairly small, so he'll just use that as a slow growth.
All my armies are too big.
Like that's
I don't know what to... I could use the Vostroyans because I'm going to add to them, but,
We
I don't
can
know.
see them more on the table too.
They are pretty.
Friends. None of this powered armor bullshit.
Nah, weak las pistols and las guns.
T-shirts and torches.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, you got a
Plastic
cardigan.
arm.
Come on.
I'm just going to buy like a zillion meat shields.
Nice. For me, I will do the slow grow. I've been looking at Harlequins actually because I wanted something completely different. You know, I've got 2 powered armies.
That is very different.
And I've got obviously the Catachan. So what could be different and not be a million models?
Oh man! And people ask how keen I am to paint yellow and white on those knights, and you're going to paint Harlequins.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
I didn't say it was bright. That's right.
You never know. It could be. They could be two-tone. I mean.
No, these are goth Harlequins.
Yeah.
They're just painted black and dry brush and yellow. Be good.
There probably is a goth colour scheme for Harlequins.
They do guard the black library, so.
Yeah, and that way
There's some
blend
water.
in. That's it. Well, I got to prove so I can get one of these again, right?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I need
I
to
actually
get better.
paint something, so I might actually be in contention for that for once.
Who actually won them?
Yeah, well, I was going to talk about that.
You'll
after
talk-
the battle
you'll
report,
talk
but
about
we
that?
can talk about it
Righto.
now if you'd like, Elaine. You want to
No, let's not skip it.
run sheet? That's why you never invited back, mate. Jesus Christ. It's all good.
No.
Have you seen the drinking I've been doing?
Yes. Yeah. Greg will
no.
probably get banned from Twitch because you're drinking too much.
Shit.
Well, we
I
play
mean,
syndrome
no.
does not accept responsibility for the actions of weirdos and randoms.
So, we
Drink
talked about battle
responsibly.
reports at this point. We really only have the one battle to talk about, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, go on.
Big bash at the end of the year. It was awesome. 3 Primarchs that I had to fight all by myself.
Hey,
Except for you.
Hey.
You, I credit where credit's due. The
A
Titans
knight-
did come.
A knight almost insta-killed my Primarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Atropos came and he did a very, very nasty shot against the old Magnus there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been an instant kill if I didn't choose to use a command point and re-roll the dice.
Yeah.
Morty got distracted with Red Guy.
Yeah.
And didn't quite make the big battle.
Yeah. So,
And
for
Bobby G
listeners,
swooped in at the end.
the Battle of Ages was the last battle for the year. It was about 13,000 points for each army. The Chaos side had 4 forces. Well, we had Dark Admech, Thousand Suns, Death Guard, and Orcs. Because, why not? They're chaotic.
Orcs.
And on the Imperial bad guy side, we had the Smurfs, the
Grey Knights.
Grey Knights. That's what the Grey Knights, and the Knights, the Hawkshaw.
And the Imperial Knights.
Imperial Knights, Hawkshaw. And we arrived right in time for the doors opened, and we left when the doors closed. It was
Because they were threatening to break stuff.
look, we started playing. We thought we'd have a break and have some lunch, and that was after turn 1.
Well, yeah, turn 1 took till what was it, 12:30?
Yeah, it was
Something
a
like that. Yeah.
big game. So I think we learned a couple of things from that. Don't let Rob play; it takes too long.
Don't give the Imperial Knights 50
so
command
salty.
points.
So
Yeah,
salty.
don't give the Knights 50 command points to use. Yeah, that's probably the big one. And
Yeah, like
Morton
turn 2, I
struggles
was
to
just like,
keep up
man,
with
I've
Magnus.
got so many points. I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah. It was a good day.
Smash.
We've got footage which will be edited. I'm not sure if Liam or Rob's doing it.
No. Well,
Again,
I
all
said
the
yes,
same
but
crap.
then Rob said yes, and Rob does it for a living, so I was going to give it to Rob, but I haven't given it to Rob yet.
No, it's all right. We gave it to him. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get that sorted out and up and for all your viewing pleasure.
Such pleasure.
So you'll see some stills already up on the Facebook page and Instagram, so have a look. So, as Liam hinted before, we had some awards. We had some awards last Saturday night. We went down to the local pub because, that's the only place you're meant to have awards. And it was just a reflection of the year that was. We had, we had a fair amount of awards in the end, didn't we? Because we had ended up having
I think you said
3 ladders. And did we just lose Mark?
I just turned my monitor off that happens to be the USB hub for my camera.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Right, he's out. He's scared. He doesn't want to know what awards he got. So we did end up having 3 ladders throughout the year, which is overkill, which we are getting rid of 3 ladders. But saying that, Ladder of Command out of the Chapter Approved book, we tried that. And Rob did win that one with his RZA. For FYI, Anthony came second, and that's all you need to know. Points ladder was taken out by me. More importantly, the points ladder spoon, this is why he's turned his camera off, was Mark.
I resemble that remark.
The Force leader, that was based on the army. So if you switched armies like I did, played 3 armies, or same with Anthony and stuff, you stuck with 1, that's how you win on top. So RZA, so Rob got that one. And High Fleet Kraken, Anthony got the wooden spoon for that one. Sportsmanship Award, this is a very overwhelming result of Anthony did win that one. And it's a shame we can't see the trophies at the moment because it's I can see this one for people who are looking. They are knights from Adeptus Titanicus that Steve put together, and the Sportsman Award got a big power fist and a big thumbs up, so it's really quite cool.
I love the way the spoon was integrated into the arm.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
They were very cool. You'll see them up on our Facebook page. Best painted army, there was a few issues with that one, but it ended up my Death Guard got that one, and thanks to you guys, I appreciate that. The best fluff themed army, I was surprised this one, but go by the votes, and apparently I got that one too. So again, thanks guys for the votes. I didn't vote for me, because that'd be just a bit selfish, wouldn't it? I voted for myself twice. No.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's the awards, but more importantly, we had a few beers and probably a few more than we should have, but that was followed by the other few beers. It was a good night.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Nobody got stupid.
You should have been there.
Should have been there. Should have all been there. We should have done one of those social invites where just everyone turns up to Liam's house.
Yeah, I got a huge deck.
Such a missive dick.
Oh my gosh, we will move on. So that was the awards. It was a bit of fun. There'll be different things this year based on feedback from the group. And I think we'll now move into our commercial break. And so we can start talking our topic, because we are going over time, which is unusual for us. So, ad break. Like what you're hearing? So do we.
You scream out in the night.
Who is this, you say?
You speak so silently.
Storyboard Concept. Want to hear more?
Anytime that you want.
That is storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com. Need your board game fix? What about a new family game to entertain the kids? Head over to Rollers Board Games at rollersboardgames.com and look them up on Facebook. Board games, card games, party games. You name it, we've got it. And if we don't, we'll do our best to get it. Rollers Board Game. We are back. Once I've put on the right screen. We are back on the right screen. Look at us, people. Look at that. Look at, we've all changed their haircuts while we were gone.
I'm glistening slightly less.
Spit shine.
Makeup girl came in and did what she had to do. Careful. So, guys, it is a new year. We talked about a slow grow side of things. I know towards the end of the year it was getting tougher to play some games, and I know a few people are starting to falter, going, "Oh man, what am I going to do? How do I fit time?" So we thought this month, we'd take on how do you keep motivated in the hobby? I think it's a pretty relevant thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's always a useful thing to talk about.
Good. Well, go on.
Motivation is a hard thing to keep.
It's kind of hard because, I mean, as probably everyone has seen, I haven't done a lot of painting or even gaming in the last, year and a half-ish. I guess that's kind of been my break from it. I sort of I do a bit of a bipolar kind of thing where there'll be times where I'm like, yeah, super, super excited, playing games, painting miniatures, all of that kind of stuff. But then I fall off the end of that and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to let that go to the keeper. Mm-hmm. And so I find it hard to have my motivation in a slow burn where I can just get a little bit done.
Yeah.
So, but new lore releases really sort of helps for me.
Yeah,
how about you guys?
Started reading the Vigilus and how Papa Smurf became super cool.
Yeah, well, I did want to know how they were going to write their way out of that one.
Proton pill is all good. Yeah, well,
I
was going to challenge you. If you're saying you're thinking about starting a new Tyrant army, which is generally a swarm army, how are you going to keep yourself motivated doing that and getting it painted?
Because I'll get to use lots of big industrial processes rather than actually sitting and painting purity seals on, the kneecaps and other appendages of Space Marines.
Careful.
All those painting all those appendages, that's Slanesh, yeah, that's not Imperials.
Hey, they have a purity seal to stay pure.
Chastity belt. Go.
Here in Chapter Anthrax, there's only one punishment for lighting the growl-shaped beacon.
But Mark, how do you keep yourself interested in the hobby?
Usually when I find myself getting really, just bummed under and not doing anything, I'll set little goals.
Yep.
I haven't been painting or building much lately because this has been so much crazy. So I started I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on getting Blackstone Fortress built. That kind of stuff is helpful with slow grows. That's how I got into 30k. I was like, I'll just start a little slow grow of a Heresy army. And just, because it gives you manageable goals of small batches that you can focus on. So I find that really helps.
Yep.
The other thing is maybe keeping some variety in it because, I've been an Ultramarines player for 20 years now, and painting blue gets really old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feel. Been collecting Dark Angels since 93.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But another thing that I found was kind of cool was I did a 6-week hobby challenge that a couple of guys were getting into, which was, do 1 hour of something hobby related every night. I didn't have to be painting, so you could go, I'm going to spend an hour building this pile of unassembled models I have, or an hour building terrain, or an hour doing some painting. And it gave you that variety, as you were saying. You could kind of go from project to project and kind of clean up a lot of things that I had lying around, just kind of knock them out.
And Liam?
Very cool.
Now that you've got your new desk, that should be invigorating right there.
Yeah, that should help. My main concern is hobby overload. I've got way too many hobbies. Mainly, I'm a computer gamer, PC gamer, so and there are just constantly good computer games coming out. So I got to tear myself away from computer games to go and do other hobbies I enjoy, like Warhammer, or I also collect and build Lego, and so I want to start a big new Lego build for going on display at Brick Expo in Canberra this year. So I've got to do that one.
Big old
But do you ever fall off the wagon on the whole lot and just go, no, I'm not doing any of it?
No, I've never fallen off the wagon. I just find that one hobby interests me more than another hobby at a certain time.
Wagon hop.
Yeah. So I suppose it might be hard to go. It is hard to go back to another hobby. So if because I'm getting back into Lego again after a 2-year break, it's going to be difficult to probably go back to something else, like maybe. So Warhammer's had probably about a year break, like you, Mark. I really haven't done much. I have been able. I've painted maybe one squad. I've built a heap, but I've only painted about one squad, and I've only played maybe 5 games across the entire year. So, it's more about how do I juggle all of the things that I want to do with my time. So
the new codexes and things like that, sort of, this is to the 3 of you as well. You're saying when lore comes out, so the Vigilus, for example, that's come out. That's got me excited for a campaign and I want to get involved with that. That's how it sort of generates that interest. And yes, no, is that how you get interest from that?
No.
No.
Oh, I thought you were telling the story.
No.
Oh, I can tell my story.
Asking a question. I thought it was a story too. I was like, he's telling us how he keeps motivated.
Oh, well, I keep motivated by I've got some electrodes in my chair. If I start falling asleep, no, that's not right. I've always said that I'm a gamer more than I'm a painter or hobbyist. So when I've had a lot of miniatures, because I went mad when Death Guard came out, just bought every week, every release, just kept buying them and stuff like that. And I never really got around to painting them all until I sort of challenged myself. You were talking about the 1 hour challenge. I did that 1 hour challenge. I did it on Twitch as well. Doing it on Twitch for me got me more motivated to do it because I felt that someone might be there. I said might. Shut up.
You had like randos showing up and being like, "Hey, Greg, painting? Hey, you painting? Hey, what's up?"
But it just got me more into it, and I've definitely over painting Space Marine. Definitely painted over military, the Catachan. So the Death Guard were good. It's different techniques, and I started pushing myself to try different things. And it's just
so that's why they weren't green.
Sorry.
So that's why they weren't green.
That's why they weren't green.
No,
oh yeah,
they weren't green because you've been painting Catachans.
Yeah, well, my Catachans are blue.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah,
my brain just associates all Catachans.
I got salamanders. Remember, they're green, and I had orcs before that. They were also green.
Yeah, my orcs have been blue.
Well, my son's orcs are orange.
They're Death Skulls.
Yeah. Well, 5th time's the charm.
Yeah. So, and then I've been building. I think the RLG group has been a good motivator for me. I tend to take things to extremes. You probably know, and you're sick of me, but tough shit. I'm still here. And that's for me. I'd like to do more of it and a bit more brand awareness, so to speak, and see what will come of it. And in Twitch, I've started enjoying it. Yes, it's not always 4,000 people watching, but it's made me get on there and paint, and made me more aware of how I'm painting as well. So. No pressure of oh shit, I can't do that, I can't show people. But that's it. But I would like a new army to get a new feel for a new style of play. I think that's it. When they start getting style and way of playing, like I play the Guard the same way, and I play the Space Marines the same way badly. And Death Guard, same way, because they're the same models. They don't have a huge variety, so it just, it's not the new codexes. It's what can I do different to what I'm doing now, That's what sort of motivates me. And I like playing games.
Playing games is fun.
Games is fun.
Yeah,
But,
games are fun.
I don't like the time it takes to play a game.
Yeah, me either. It's just been a real struggle to find time for painting and or gaming, really. So
Well, so there you go. That's a good example of how do you keep motivated. If it does take, instead of a 2-hour game, it's taking 6 hours. It's not exactly the most motivated way to play a game, is it?
yeah, the thing is, I really like the long games. I just find it really hard to find the time to do them. Like like when I managed to show up for our big game at the end of the year, I was super stoked for that.
Yeah.
And I think that had a big part in rekindling my interest, because like seeing 13,000 points aside, painted, ready to go, all there. And I mean, we were drawing a crowd of people
we did.
while we were playing there, because people were just going, whoa, what the heck's going on here? Because it's not every day you see that in a shop.
No.
No.
God, you remember doing that every week?
Big games are
Yeah,
fun.
it'd kill us. But, it's good to get a big game off once in a while.
Yeah.
But I think like practicality has to come in at some point, and that's when things like Kill Team and smaller skirmish scale games really sort of come into their own.
Yeah. I know Anthony struggled with a bit of motivation, but I think where the campaign side of things comes into it, and a story-driven game. So when he and I have talked about our Tyranid versus Imperial, or Death Guard, I should say. No, what is it? Grey Knights. His Inquisitor Stone and versus my Death Guard. There's a whole story and stuff. We started, and it was exciting. We've got a story behind it. Then finding the time, definitely. But I'm very keen to do the Vigilist because there's a campaign, a story behind it. I tend to like games that has, like Kill Team, where you can build experience points for each character, so they can have.
There's a bit of sort of persistence there.
Yeah. So like the Blackstone Fortress, we can. It's not just one game, walk away, start from scratch the next game. You can.
You can link them together.
So that really motivates me. If you get games like that, beautiful. Different scenarios. So the Codex approved 2018. It's got new battles in there. I want to try them because I want to see what's different.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a giggle because Mark said, "Yeah, variety is the spice of life," with his one Ultramarine army.
Well, why do you think I'm looking at NIDS?
That's why I have
killed
two
by
Archangel
Ultramarines.
up.
And you don't get further as far as game mechanics and play style as from going from Marines to NIDS. So I'm prepared to lose a lot of games.
Well, I think with the NIDS, you've got to determine if you're going to be a gunline or swarm. I don't think you can really mix it.
Well, it's NIDS. You're a swarm, because gunline NIDS are for people who don't have commitment.
Yeah, and if anyone's committed, it should be Mark.
I want to see a minimum of 40 Gene Stealers going across the table.
And so do I, but
Like
I'm playing
it's-
against you. You're very scared Liam off. He's done a runner.
Yeah,
So, all right.
the Great
so
Devourer.
does GW do enough to keep the game motivated?
I think these days, yeah, kind of, because they're really stepping up their content release sort of schedule by leaps and bounds. It used to be that you'd go 6 months and you wouldn't hear anything from them.
And new codex.
Yeah,
itself,
like,
the chaos.
The pace of releases has been huge.
So
And also the variety of releases.
yeah. So is this year, we're expecting maybe 4 new codexes, and then probably re-release ones. We've got Gene Stealers, Sisters of Battle, Imperial Agents. Can't think what the 4th one was going to be. Squats? No.
Oh man, if Squats came out,
Oh, yeah.
it'd just be like sploosh Squats.
There's already talk about a new Chaos book coming out. So probably a bit more fluff with the Black Legion, thanks to the Vigilus side of things.
Well, because we haven't had any releases for Khorne, have we?
Not specific.
There was new Flesh Hounds, I think, in Wrath and Ratchet, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Khorne had a bunch of new releases not that long ago when they got the new Bloodthirsters and stuff.
Yeah, Slaanesh was the one that was not getting love, but now they seem to get love. So.
Well, I think they had to spend some time figuring out what they were going to do with that because, let's face it, it wasn't exactly PG, the models for that kind of thing.
It doesn't need
I don't
to be.
think Slaanesh was that bad.
Yeah.
They just weren't
It's not like
doing
there are
it.
appendages in their face, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you had like horrible penis demons or something. Like they were still pretty tame.
But it still
That's
wasn't
the
the
Japanese
kind
models.
of thing you'd give to your 6-year-old child, you know, like
What 6-year-old
I mean,
child's
unless you had,
playing
like,
40K?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
a well-heeled
Mine's
one.
7, so see, not even 6.
Yeah, I mean, mine started wanting to play at 5, but
Yeah.
he's not really, you know.
No, it can't. It's not because of the models. It's just
Yeah, I mean, the models weren't that bad. Like, the modern ones weren't that bad. Like, the one Diaz Demonettes with, like, tits from here to their assholes. Yeah, okay. But the more modern ones have been pretty tame, really.
Well, yeah. As I said, I think it's taken them a while to sort of figure out the tone to set for it to keep it sort of family friendly.
family friendly. You saw the new Slaanesh one where he's playing the harp.
I was going to say, they're playing the flesh of their flayed victims as a harp. That's not family friendly.
Yeah, but you know what it's like. Violence is acceptable.
Violence is better than nudity. Yeah.
If you disagree, I'll punch you in the face.
So it's better than turkey slapping them.
Yeah.
That's it. That's indeed.
Oh
And a
dear.
whole lot of demons just teabagging people across the field.
Yeah.
Well, they are
If
Slaanesh.
you
I mean,
people
come on.
listening don't know what we're talking about, look it up.
Yeah. Just go Google it, lol.
Google teabagging, you'll be fine.
What could possibly go wrong? Google Papa Nurgle does a teabag.
Ooh.
Brought to you by Michael.
Wobbly player syndrome does not condone the opinions of Mike.
So we're talking about motivation. We seem to be still motivated, which is good.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some stuff we could be doing. It sounds like our group is more. We like the that progression as well. I think with we were talking about doing a campaign last year. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to do one. So this year we definitely have to sort that out. I am, as I said earlier off air, I am looking for volunteers to organise it. Hear the crickets. Alright, cool. Well, considering we thought we were running over time, we're actually under time. So, gap fill. Rhubarb.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've kind of covered motivation for all of us.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It would have been interesting to hear from the other Mark and Anthony, because I know Anthony was at a point that he's just, oh man, I'm just getting over this. I think it also makes a difference if you're not winning a lot. No, this is not aimed at Anthony. Just want to point that out. If you're not winning a lot, how do you keep motivated? Punch him in the face. No, that's not right.
Yeah, I mean, it's so
no.
hard because it varies from player to player as to what motivates them. Some people, the only thing that does motivate them is winning.
Yeah.
We've had an ongoing problem with that in Necromunda campaigns I've started / run over the last 10 years. The number of players who, if they don't win, they just stop playing. And it's like, guys, you know, you're brand new, you're playing veteran, don't expect to win straight away.
Yeah.
But if they don't win, they go away.
Well, it's trying to
So
find
it's
that
tricky.
balance of the social part of it as well. We don't
Yeah.
take our wins too serious. I apologise for running around with my shirt over my head the other night, but it was a big win.
Yeah, see,
Well-
I mean, I lose more games than I win.
Really? Where's your
But
proof?
I mean, for me,
Yes, that's true.
if you can't win, try to do something cool.
Well, yeah.
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 I often paraphrase Firefly. If you can't do something smart, do something fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like parking my Land Raider backwards into the side of a mountain because of some wacky line of sight thing. Let me shoot at something. I'm pretty sure there's some photos on the Facebook page of that, and they were hilarious. We basically just wanted to see if the land speeder would fit in that piece of terrain, because I'd totally lost by then. Like, it was like the last round and there was no coming back.
Well, it's like in the Battle of Ages. I was like, oh, shit, our side can't win. I'm just going to see how many command points I can spend and how much damage I can do before we lose.
Yeah.
Enter Magnus.
Enter Magnus and me trying to insert an Atropos up him. Which very nearly
Time
succeeded.
for your prostate exam.
Oh, I've got a las cutter here that's got your name on it.
Oh, dear. Thanks, kids. I hope you're all watching. Oh, dear. Oh, cool.
But, it's always that single unit tap dancing in front of like an entire army, taking every hit under the sun.
Yeah.
That winds up motivating me, because I love seeing the stupid randomness that can come from the game. It was one of the reasons I loved templates and scatter dice so much, because you'd have this awesome dude and he'd just disintegrate in like a bad dice roll, and then you'd have some foot soldier out there just fending off a Titan or something just because the rolls went that way.
Into the red dude.
Yeah, like a lot of my favorite stories to tell are not stories of me winning.
Yeah.
They are stories of dumb
This
shit
one time,
happening.
This guy got a really large sword and I bent over. Yeah.
Does that count as losing?
No, Mike.
Now, how did you take that, Liam? It was very uncomfortable.
I wasn't pissed off. I wasn't pissed off about Magnus. I was pissed off about. I think it was my Demon Prince. Yeah, I charged a knight, and then it turned around and just destroyed my Demon Prince.
Right. Yeah, because it was the Flamer Knight, and it was just Overwatch with the Flamer. Flamers are crazy,
But that was a
especially
huge flamer. Like, normally you go, oh, yeah, that flamer's not going to get me.
Yeah, no, that Knight Flamer is just crazy bullshit. We had a problem. We even had a problem with that at the Hastalude. Like,
Yep.
those knights, the Acherons with that big flamer, they were just, because they would go into duel, and the duel was like 2 hits, and it's like, okay, whoever gets 3 hits first wins, and the flamer was just like, boom. Yeah, okay.
Now what?
Like, I'm within 18 inches. Yeah, okay. Automatic hits. Yeah, some of those wound. 3 hits. There you go.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, those flamers are just crazy.
Yeah, 18 inches crazy. Nobody should have that.
It's a very big flamer.
Well, what's the point cost on that?
They're not a cheap knight, but they're not the most expensive knight.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that gun alone is 80 points, the flame cannon.
I can put a squad down for that.
And
Yeah.
he could annihilate it for that.
I could take a whole squad off with that.
Take more than a whole squad.
Yeah.
Put down his
Well, I mean,
18
that
inches
was
right on top of your head.
that was unfortunate. You just didn't know what the unit had when you charged it. Like, that's why you got fucked by it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And also, as mentioned earlier, I was going nuts with the command points because I knew we'd lost and I had too many command points.
Well, you got them, use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll change that. Knights aren't allowed points.
Well, yeah, it's like, Imperial Knight Army, well, you've got like 6
We don't
points or
segregate
something.
here, but you're not allowed points.
Like, yeah, as I was saying, in my game with you, I spent all of my command points on the first turn on one action.
Yeah.
But in the big game, I could do that all the time with every action because I couldn't spend as many points as I had.
Fair enough. All right, guys, it is almost an hour's up. Anything else you want to talk about motivation? Should we enter cheerleaders? Yay! Motivational speakers.
M.
Yep.
M. Give me O.
Oh no!
And if you listen to the podcast, you're lucky you didn't see that on the camera.
Pretty much.
Keep an eye out on our Facebook page. We're hoping to put more content up this year. That is Facebook/RLG40K. Our Instagram is also up, and hopefully we'll get more content there too, at RLG40K. There is a theme here. The Twitch channel, which if you're not watching now, it is Twitch/Redbelly. And what else we got?
Theme broken.
Theme broke, yeah, sorry. I'll have to change all the others to Redbelly.
Or 40k. RLG 40k.
We'll get
drops
going on? Oh, keep an eye out. We will be getting that Battle of Ages up at some point. Look at Liam's looking very worried all of a sudden. I'm doing what now?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We did a good chat with the group here to find out what we should do better and what should want more, and hopefully we'll see more video content coming through. What else did we say we wanted? You were there, Mark. What else did we say we wanted?
More games.
Well, yeah.
More games with like more game days where everybody's there. Just generally more stuff in general. I think a bunch of us are more motivated and possibly going to have more time this year. So hopefully we'll churn out some good stuff.
Yeah, we did have a survey amongst the group about, and one of them was, what would you like to see in Wobbly Player Syndrome? And most people said they're not quite sure. There was one answer of more of the guy who swears. So we'll try and bring
Who's
back
the
Mark.
guy who swears?
That is kind of all of us.
Yeah, like, so just more of everybody.
So, yeah. No.
But I think the person they mean most is the one who hasn't joined us tonight.
Yes, unfortunately, I thought he was going to join us, but I think he's camping, and there's probably not much reception down at a lake.
As if. 4G everywhere.
The internet is really good in Australia.
Yeah.
Don't go too far from a major population centre.
We've got the fucking NBN, guys. What could go wrong?
Yeah, truth, mate.
Well, you know it stands for No Bloody Network, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this year hopefully we'll have the slow growth starting in March. I think we're aiming for. We are going to try and get more kill team games going on this year as well, and we may even try and get a 2-day event going as well, because most people said probably would get themselves involved. So that should be exciting. 2-game event. That just means going to the pub for 2 days, right?
Well,
the sports bar in Mitchell, right?
That's
Find
that's
a pub
what
where you could hire the back room out.
it salts me as that.
Fair enough. All right, cool. All right, we will sign off. So thank you, lads, for coming. Mark.
Bye-bye.
Liam.
Farewell.
Michael.
No, not children.
And me, Greg. Thanks for the people joining on. Thanks for Tech Chicken for not giving us any grief this time. That was very nice of you.
Not harassing the poor bot.
You didn't crash the bot this time. You didn't even try. Oh, he tried. I did see he tried. All right, Michael, you want to take it up with your great voiceover voice?
Join us next month for more Wobbly Player Syndrome. What will be the topic? Who knows? We've yet to decide. Anything could happen.
There you go, folks.
Right.